Nobody wins when the family feels.
They took him, bro. They took him. I'm not gonna be okay, bro. I'm not gonna be okay, man.
Sherry Jarvis, we got here about 15 minutes ago to this gas station on 4th Avenue North. As you can see, a large police presence behind me.
Was having a candlelight vigil. We did not know they were going to have a candlelight vigil out here tonight. And evidently someone came by and started shooting at them.
Afternoon. It is with a heavy heart that I share this statement with you this afternoon. I have been affiliated with the city of Bessemer for almost 30 years, and I have never seen a more violent, tragic weekend as I did this past weekend. At a time when we should have been enjoying the holidays with family and friends, a total of 10 people were shot. Several individuals lost their lives. My condolences to the families that experienced a loss this past weekend. You all are in our thoughts and in our prayers. These victims are not just statistics. They are our young men. They are sons, they are brothers, they are grandsons, and their lives matter.
Fam, it's been some major developments going on with the story that we just put out within the last 24 hours. Hopefully you checked it out. It was about an Alabama rapper who was gunned down, one of 3, at a local gas station, which happens to be the same gas station that he shot a music video with his cousin, who also was gunned down months before him in front of his home. Well, it seems it's been retaliation on allegedly the people who did it, and then back on the rapper's family. Today we're gonna cover it all. It seemed this rapper dad and his 2 sisters was shot at his candlelight vigil. Now all this is fresh, so we're gonna thread light. But what I'm gonna do is provide everything that's public. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Now fam, if you didn't check out the first video, pause this, go check it out, then come back to it. Now it seems, since the information we put out, retaliation happened less than 24 hours. And I don't know if this was by mistake or design, but 3 people were shot, including 1 female, allegedly. But it seems she's surviving, and we'll later see what she had to say on social media. We had her in one story before, but this was at a local gas station that was in the same vicinity as the gas station that we just covered, with 3 people losing their life in the ambush shooting. But after doing my research, fam, that gas station been hot all summer. You see, only a month before that incident, where 3 people lost their life in the story we just covered, 2 people were shot at that same gas station. Over 12 bullets were seen in a windshield of a white Nissan Altima. It was a male and female who was shot. No arrest was never made. And let's be real, if you still decided to go there, knowing all this is going on, you probably a part of the problem. Fast forward to Sunday night, September 1st, 2024. As mentioned, the shooting in Bessemer left 3 men wounded, 2 of them seriously. The shooting happened at 10:05 p.m. in the 900 block of 9th Avenue. The location is the parking lot adjacent to the Marathon gas station across the street from the CVS. And as mentioned, before we identified these victims and what was said on social media, remember, this happened less than 24 hours from the shooting at the Citgo, which is in the same vicinity. And some say this was immediate retaliation. Some of these boys on social media allegedly claim to be Crip. But according to Bessemer Police Lieutenant Charlie Burton, he said his investigators are still trying to sort out the details of what happened. But what I do know is that the 3 victims were in a white pickup truck that was in the parking lot of a strip of a small business when a gunman or gunmen approached the truck and shots erupted. Thank God nobody died. But that shooting did leave 2 people in a coma. It seems one of the men shake back and the other is still fighting for his life. Also, as mentioned, it was 1 female, a female who we covered before, who lost her baby father to gun violence as well. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all about a post about the woman who was identified as Mary. She made a post that she recently deleted. I screenshotted it, but I won't put it up because I'm not sure why she deleted it. But she was letting people know that she's okay. Apparently she was one of the 3 victims, but she wanted the people who was concerned about her to pray for her boys, which was 2 males who was shot in a coma, identified as Drabo Stain to the left and Peso Meso to the right, alongside her baby father in the picture, who was gunned down back in July 2024 after he was ambushed on the highway. It was rumors that Maria was in the car. That wasn't confirmed, but his demise is still unsolved to this day. She posted a picture with them three less than 15 hours ago, quoting, "My three." This was the second time that she almost had a close call on her life with the hella gunfire on people she knew.
More breaking news out of Bessemer tonight. Police say 3 people have been shot. It happened during a candlelight vigil at the Citgo gas station on 4th Avenue North in Lake Ridge Drive. We're taking a live look at the scene. This is the scene of a fatal triple shooting that happened last Friday. Police Chief Mike Wood says someone drove by and shot at those in attendance. He says the people who were hit were sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We're told no arrests have been made at this time. Police are asking anyone with any information to call Crime Stoppers or call Bessemer Police. Be sure to stay with us. We'll continue to follow this throughout the night. But again, breaking news out of Bessemer, 3 shot during a candlelight vigil. Stay with us. The news at 10. We'll be right back.
And as mentioned, the 2 males was in a coma. One family member close to Drapo quoted, "This my baby. Y'all send them prayers up for him. I love my baby. He definitely didn't deserve this." Crying emojis, hashtag my twin, tagging Drapo Stain, "Your T love you baby," with prayer hands emojis. She also wrote, "My nephew is a fighter and he's definitely fighting hard. God is going to turn everything around. I have that crazy faith." Drapo Stain has a praying mother, grandmother, aunties, and family. "I'm claiming nothing but great news each time the doctors come around. My sister blanked her name out. Myself and family appreciate your calls, messages, prayers, the love, or any kind gesture. We really thank everyone from the bottom of our hearts. It's a lot to take in. This is our baby. My nephew needs rest, and we, quote, the family, are limiting visitations to close family and friends only. No photos, please. Let me tell y'all this, quote, God is, end quote, God. Thank you. Prayer hands emoji. Hashtag gracious God. Hashtag healing. Hashtag my twin. Dre, your TT love you so much. Pull through. Crying emoji. Prayer hands emoji. Next to the white pickup truck that was shot up is Peso in this picture. And he quoted just one day ago, "Only MF can beat me is me. I've been the same young fella since I was 13. Hashtag 1500. Hashtag free the home team. Hashtag long live my folks." But just less than 24 hours after that situation, at the same Citgo gas station that we talked about in the previous story where 3 men was ambushed, one was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, well, it seemed it was a candlelight vigil for those 3 victims at that same gas station. But it was shot up, and some say it was retaliation for the shooting that just happened less than 24 hours before that. That was retaliation for the scene at the Citgo in the previous story. Ronald Dixon Jr., aka Rondo 6, his dad, Ronald Dixon Sr., as we mentioned, he was there the night his son lost his life for 3 candles for 3 victims. But he came back 2 days later for the candlelight vigil, this time with his 2 daughters. And unfortunately, they were shot in the process by a drive-by on the crowd. Now, thank God, it hasn't been confirmed that they lost their life, so they still fighting. So we want to send prayers their way as well. We want to send prayers to everyone who was affected by this story. As you can see, as we mentioned in the last video, before this was even happening, there's no such thing as a peace treaty when somebody loses their life with everyone. It only takes one person to want retaliation. And this is what we got. A never-ending cycle in the same location. Bessemer police probably know this as well. Why more police presence wasn't at the scene? That's something they can only answer. But check out this news.
Well, Sherry Jarvis, so we got here about 15 minutes ago to this gas station on 4th Avenue North. As you can see, a large police presence behind me. Right now I have Chief Woods with the Bessemer Police Department. And Chief, can you just tell me a little bit about what happened tonight?
Evidently what happened tonight, it was the family of the victims from 2 nights ago was having a candlelight vigil. We did not know they were going to have a candlelight vigil out here tonight. And evidently someone came by and started shooting at them.
Can you say if anyone was injured in this shooting?
We do have 3 people injured in this shooting.
How is it looking as far as how extensive their injuries are?
They are all survivable. They've all been gone to the hospital.
But Chief, I mean, this is the second shooting you've had here. Of course, last Friday night you had 3 people killed at this gas station. Right. How is the department dealing with this, and are there any steps just for the future of this establishment given the violence here?
You know, I just spoke to the owner of this establishment and told them that we're going to have to look at our resources to end this establishment in this location. However, stopping this location is not going to stop the problem. Gun violence is something that's going around this country. We've been handicapped by the legislature in this state, and this has become just that people want to solve problems with guns, and that is not acceptable in this city.
Definitely. And you say that you guys were not aware that loved ones of the victims were having a candlelight vigil here. Was retaliation something that police were concerned about in that case?
We had no indications that they would come back here and do anything to the family. So this means it's a lot deeper. Of course, as you know, today the suspect in this case was charged with capital murder, transferred to the county jail. So I don't know if it has something to do with that, oh, we're going to pay you back because you arrested our guy, but it's going to stop. The city of Bessemer will not tolerate this anymore.
You look like it's a little bit hard on you seeing this.
It's not hard. If you want to say the emotions that are coming out right now, because there are good people in this city who don't deserve like this to happen, and we are not going to tolerate it anymore.
Definitely. And as far as any suspects, any leads,
I'm not going to go into any suspects or any leads on this right now. It's an active investigation, and my guys are working it, as you can see, diligently right now.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chief Woods. We appreciate your time. Thank you. And as you can see, this is just a really tough night on the people here of the Bessemer Police Department. Just to give you guys a look at what we're seeing right now, if you take a close look at this car, you can see a bullet hole through what appears to be the passenger side of this vehicle. And, you know, as the chief said, there are good people who live here in Bessemer. That's something you don't see every day, a chief of police getting emotional about a scene like this, something like this happening. But when you put into perspective, a family was here having a vigil for 3 men that were shot and killed at this very same gas station just late Friday night. It puts into perspective how deep this is for law enforcement here, and really what the root causes of any of the violence that they deal with is here. Of course, the chief said he's not going to go into who may be a suspect in this case. Police are still actively working this scene. For now, we're live in Bessemer for you tonight. I'm Gladys Bautista, WBTM 13.
Fam, this was a very unfortunate situation. As more develop, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. But this is something like the real first 48. Shit happening back to back. Retaliation. And if I can find out from another state, I know the people in that backyard know already. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This was the story of a dad and his 2 daughters attending his candlelight vigil for his son, who was shot in the process for retaliation of a shooting allegedly that happened less than 24 hours after his son lost his life. It's very unfortunate. Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, fam, I'll catch y'all on the next one.